way of doing the array. So we have seen in the previous thing, that is how to actually access the array elements if we give the array elements directly, right? So another way of doing it, if we don't give the array elements directly, if you want to input the number of elements and if you want to get the output of those, then what needs to be done? It is quite simple. Rather than giving the array values, just declare the array like this: a of number of elements as 10, right? Then enter the value of n, that is how many elements that you want. Say it is visible here. How many elements? I want 3 elements here. So how many elements you want, and C in n, that is a number of elements. C in is, if you give it as 3, then obviously it will take the input as 3. So this is the number of elements. Enter the values. Which are the values that needs to be printed? So these are the 3 values, 1, 2 and 3. Fine. To give that, I need a for loop. 0th element to 3rd element for I equal to 0, 1 and 2, because it is less than 3. What I have to do? Enter the values. So I'll enter the values as 1, 2 and 3. To enter the values, you have to give something called as Cin. Fine. And to display the values, copy the same for loop. Copy the same for loop, and instead of Cin, you give Cout. You give Cout. And to display the values in new line, I'll just give a new line character. Fine. So this prints your values, whatever you have entered in 3 lines. This prints whatever you have entered in 3 lines. Fine. So this is how we'll be actually doing the array accessing. Fine. By giving the input values and by obtaining the output value. Fine. So by giving the input value and by obtaining the output value. Fine. So this is how we'll be getting. So if you want to change the values here, suppose you can change it in the runtime itself. You can give different values of n. Sorry, I just missed one token here. Fine. So now I will just enter it as 4. Suppose enter the values it is showing. So this enter the values is nothing but this C outline. I am highlighting the C outline. So now I have to enter the values. How many values I have to enter? Up to less than n. What is my n value? My n value is 4 I have entered. So I can enter up to 4 values. Fine. I will enter it as 10, 20, 40 and 50. You can enter any values that you want. Okay. So after entering these values, it will print values are, which are the values. It will print values are, which are the values, whatever I have entered: 10, 20, 40 and 50. 10, 20, 40 and 50. Fine. So this is how you will be accessing the array elements, by giving the input as well as by obtaining the output. Rather than giving the input directly, what I am doing, I am just giving the program in such a way that you can give how much ever input values that you want. Fine. So the rest of the thing we'll do in the next program. Thank you.